We're, ba- we're back, baby. Today, I'm going to be showing what I read in August, also known as my birthday month. Okay, I was born in August. It's my birthday. August 25th is my birthday. I'm recording this August 30th, I think. I don't know if it'll come out the day. I don't know. Um, but yeah, my birthday is August 31st. And my birthday is August 25th, so I definitely read a lot of manga. I also bought a lot of manga. Stay tuned for the manga. Look at this. I have this package, and I'm not going to bring the bags because they're kind of far away, but I have two giant bags of manga, and I'm getting another package in. And then I'm going to go record that manga haul in a couple days because the stuff just shipped. Doesn't matter. Let's just get into it. I read like 50 volumes this month, and I know that doesn't seem a lot to like other creators, but to me, like, I don't have time to read manga, so this is just great. Alright, first volume. Well, again, I go from worst to best, so the worst volume and then the best volume. That's how or at least the best series. Like, if I read volumes fucking 1 to 100 of fucking One Piece, I'm not going to be rating volume 53 was the best, and then volume 12, and the volume. That's not how it works, okay? The first volume on this list is Ayashimon Volume 3. Um, this is one of the only volumes of manga that I would say was not good. Was actually kind of bad. Um, I want to say this is bad. On my list I put 4.8, which usually means inconsistent. So has some really good moments, but overall it's either mediocre or just kind of disappointing or bad. But there is still some good moments. For example, the ending I surprisingly loved the ending. I the ending I actually thought was really really good. The character development they give to the main character when he's in like that dreamlike state, and they're like talking about making manga, I thought was really creative. I thought like the ending battle was creative. I loved like the message at the end. I thought was really good. The art was, the art in this manga is always amazing too. It's sad that it got cut because it had some really, some real potential, and I think the mangaka is really good at making like good moments and good just hype and good written moments. I also think the mangaka makes some boring shit sometimes. Sometimes when I read Hell's Paradise, I'm bored out of my mind. And sometimes when I read it, I'm so hyped, I'm crying, I'm laughing. It's so amazing. I think this series goes with it as well as one of those slow burners type. Next, yeah, I have to be quicker. We're already 3 minutes into this shit. I've only went through one volume. Next, we have Candy and Cigarettes Volume 5. Again, this was Candy and Cigarettes is always good, even though this is like the second to last, the second last volume, and the second worst volume. It was still like good. Like I liked it. It was still good. Art's good. Tone is good. Characters are good. Everything is. It's just a good manga. Oh my god, this is gonna take so long. All right, next, Sakamoto Days Volume 9. This was really really good. I really liked it. I've been enjoying Sakamoto Days a lot more lately. I just really like the arc we're at right now. I can't remember what happened. Oh yeah, the fight scene on the cars was so cool. That was actually pretty sick, and I like them going to school and stuff. I thought it was pretty cool, I guess. But again, I still have my problems with Sakamoto Days with just the bad writing. I think the writing in Sakamoto Days is just really not good. But the art is pretty great. Alright, next, we've got Happiness, Volume 1. This is by the same guy who made Blood on the Tracks. Blood on the Tracks, top 10 series probably, for me at least. I don't know, I'll have to look at my list. I record all the manga I read, so I'll have to look. But yeah, Happiness, the same guy made, Blood on the Tracks. I was really looking forward to this one, and I can tell it's going to be very, very good. I really like the main girl. I like the main guy. I think it'll be some type of like love story. I think it has me interested. I'm gonna buy the rest of the volumes pretty soon. I'm pretty sure it's completed, so it'll be pretty easy to buy the rest of the volumes. I'll buy them. I'm not gonna buy them whole, but I'll buy them, and yeah, buy them. I'll read it, see how I like it. This is just a first introduction, so I can't blame the first volume not being amazing or whatever. Rarely first volumes are. Even my favorite series of all time, Haikyuu, not an amazing first volume. Actually, it was pretty mediocre. I'm gonna be honest. The first volume, at least. The rest of the series is masterpiece, but we'll get to that later. Actually, we won't. Yeah, Happiness, good volume though. Good volume, just a good Good, solid. Next, we've got another volume 1. Trust me, I've read a lot of manga and I've read a lot of series. You know what I mean? PTSD Radio Volume 1. So, I don't know if you know this. I have a lot of Volume 1s that I picked up. Actually, a lot of Volume 1s that I'm going to show in the actual manga haul. Next video. Next video will be the manga haul. And then after that, I'll probably do a review of some kind, and then I'll do another reading, and then I'll do another manga haul. Probably. I don't even know. PTSD Radio, really, really good. I liked it. This was probably the second manga ever to, like, actually jump scare. Like, I actually got scared while reading it. It was pretty surprising. It was a scene where, like, her hair, the girl's hair, like, it's sucked up in the chair when she's in the airplane. And then she looks back and the fucking... I was like, oh, my God. I was so terrified. But... there are some parts, and at the end, when, like, all of the stories, like, came together, I thought that was so cool. But the beginning is a real slugfest, like, because it has, like, a chapter that's, like, 2 pages, and then a chapter that's, like, 15 pages. But it's, like, different stories, and it's, like, expecting you to remember every single one, and then sometimes, the characters all look so similar, so sometimes I was wondering if this was part of another story, or this story was part of another story, and there's, like, 4 stories about hair for some reason. But the way they all connect back at the end is so, like, satisfying. And then they just keep releasing, like, new stories. Like, I'm still trying to catch up with the first, like, 10. I can't do this. But other than that, great. I'm going to get the other 2 volumes. I know it's going to be good. And I'm putting the series as completed. I'm not putting it as ongoing or hiatus. Like, if I wrote a horror or horror anything, and that shit started happening to me in real life, I'd just quit. I'd quit being a manga artist. I'd quit being an author. So, next, we've got 5 volumes, all of the same series. That series is Spy Family, Volume 3, Volume 4, and then Volume 5, 6, and 7. Excuse me. God damn. Yeah, volumes 5, 6, and 7. Great read. I'm not a very big slice of life guy. I am surprisingly, not modern literature, what was the word I'm looking for? Western literature, I'm a huge sucker for romance. In manga, no. Because I just feel like the characters aren't very written well. I think that too in, like, real, like, books, not comic books, basically. I do feel that in, like, regular books. I do feel that they're not very written well. I just like it. I just like it, okay? And I don't like romance here either, just because romance, for some reason, equates with slice of life. You don't always have to make a romance that's, like, 30 volumes long. I don't know if that's, like, apparent. And I don't really care about slice of life. I kind of just care about the relationship moving forward. By the way, this girl is my favorite character. I don't know if, I can make that appear. But again, good manga, good art, very funny, very wholesome, just really good, really good. Alright, next, hold on, what is halfway? Let me check, my tablet turned off. Okay, so that is, oh, we are halfway done when I get to the next volume, which is, surprisingly, because I don't think we're halfway there, Rooster Fighter, Volume 4. Really good. That's it. That's all I gotta say about it. Alright. Now we are done. We're halfway done. So all the manga up till this point is above average. All the manga I talked about, below average, at least of the manga of the month. If that makes sense. It might not make sense. I don't mean... like, Rooster Fighter Volume 4, I wouldn't say is like a 5 out of 10 or a 4 out of 10, because 5 is average. I put it at, I think I put it at a 6 out of 10. Actually, I put it at a 7 out of 10. I put it at a 7 out of 10. Not a 5 out of 10 or a 4 out of 10. Even though it's technically below the average of the month, it is still 7 out of 10. Alright, next. 3-volume series, not a 3-volume series, it's like I think it's like a 27 volume series. But I only have 3 volumes of it, and that is One Punch Man. I've read volumes 1 through 3, One Punch Man. It was good. I liked it. I think that it's going to get a lot better. It has a lot of potential, in my opinion. Honestly, if I could be 100% honest, I liked Mashle, Magic, and Muscles more than this. I know, crazy take. I just liked it more, and I know it's like a subjection or whatever the fuck. It's like something of shonen tropes or whatever. I don't give a shit, okay? Like, when people say, oh my god, Denji is so profound, he wants to touch boobies instead of following his dream. I don't care if he wants to touch boobies. Great motivation for him. Love the guy, right? But at least do something with it, you know? Like, make it important to the story. In Chainsaw Man, they make it important to the story by making him get manipulated by Makima. It makes sense that he would get manipulated because his main goal is to cop a feel. That makes sense. He at least does it with the story, you know? This, I don't think it does, right? Like, it doesn't do anything with the fact that this man can beat up, people with one punch, or that, the fights aren't very prolonged, or, or all these other shonen tropes or whatever. I don't really care. It doesn't do anything with it. There's no substance. It just goes out and throws him out. Goes, he can beat him in one punch. He can beat him in one punch. And it adds no tension to the story. And it's fine if there's no tension as long as there's comedy. But I didn't really find this all that funny. The main thing that's carrying this is the art. The art is beautiful. In the first couple panels, there's fucking beautiful artwork. Like, there's not a single panel I could show you that I would think has bad artwork, per se. There are some lazy panels here and there where, the characters don't have very, like, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like, there's a tiny little panel where the characters aren't very drawn well. Obviously, because it's a tiny panel. No one's going to notice it. But even those are, like, still drawn, like, just good, at least, Like, the art is beautiful. Okay. Next, we have 10 volumes, actually. I'll just pick up volume 1 because I don't feel like carrying the other 10. We have, oh my god, I am dying right now. Bleach, volumes 1, 2. It's gonna take a while, hold on. Fucking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my god. 8. Jesus Christ. Damn, she is a baddie. 9, even though she has one arm. Okay. But one arm baddies are still baddies. And 10. Okay. Now let me lay this down. Ugh. Okay. Bleach, let me get the first volume out so I can use something with my hands. Bleach, volume 1 through 10. Very good. Solid. Solid. I was actually planning on reading volumes 1 through 21 throughout the entire month. I didn't. I got bored. But it's just a very solid series. It's definitely of its time. It looks not very good, I would say. But I think the main thing that brought this up was the chapter with him and his dad, and they were like talking about Ichigo's mother, and I really liked his back, and I love how the dad was talking about his mom, not like, it's not like, the classic, oh my god, I miss her so much. It literally came from it felt like it came from the heart. I really like that, and I do think this series has amazing potential. I heard that the next arc I'm getting into, which is like the Soul Society arc or whatever, is going to be very, very good. That's at least what I heard. I heard it's going to be very, very good. Which I'm excited for. I heard that, first half of 1,000 Year Blood War, and another arc. I can't remember what it is, though. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Like, it is just a solid series. Doesn't look very good. Not a big fan of the comedy. But I like how it gives, like, the characters actual feelings. You know what I mean? Like, they're not just written... It feels like these are real people, if that makes sense. Like, Ichigo is all the characters are very down to earth. Except for, like Rukia, even though, she starts off as, like, this big, like, how in manga there'll be characters who are just, like, emotionless or, perverts, or, like, the classic shonen tropes. I don't think a character has a classic, these characters have, like, there's shonen tropes in it, but they're not, like, just the shonen trope. Like, I don't like to say this because Zenitsu is my favorite character in Demon Slayer, but Zenitsu is a very, like, he's just the pervert character. He's not even that good at fighting. He can only do it when he sleeps. Now, get to fucking the last arc, and he's very good at fight. Okay, let's get to the last arc. But it doesn't really have a character like that where it's just like a one-note character. Even characters that at the beginning seem one-note, look kind of like Rukia, the guy with the glasses, I forgot his name. Oh my god, he like uses a bow and arrow and he like does shit with it. That guy, Orihime, Chad, those characters seem very, you know, flat at the beginning, but they get, you know, things to do. They get, you know, like you learn things about him. Like Chad, you know, you think he's just like average, like thug, whatever when you first see him, and he's very caring. He's a very caring person, and you know he acts different ways, this and that. It reminds me a lot of, honestly, One Piece and how it, you know, writes his characters, and I think that's very cool. It doesn't have the story building of One Piece. It doesn't have, you know, this world building. It doesn't have the story. It doesn't have, the characters are still better written in One Piece. It doesn't have anything that One Piece already does, but I think it's very charming. I'll just leave it at that. I think it's very charming. Next, we've got, oh, I was about to say, speaking of One Piece, but the next volume isn't One Piece. Spoilers, by the way, of, I guess, the next series I'm going to talk about after this one. Vagabond, Volume 1. Very good. Just, I think the art would have, like, even if the shit was, like, absolute ass, the art would have propelled it at least a 6 or 7 out of 10. This shit could have been, like, 2 out of 10 story. Art, like, it's like, have you ever read the manga Origin? I have. I read the first couple chapters of it. And then I read more. And I read more. And it got so ass. The story was so awful. But the art was amazing. So I kept reading. And then I just couldn't take it anymore. But the art was beautiful. Same thing with this one. Actually, no. The story is actually really, really good. I love... I keep calling him Hanamichi because of Slam Dunk and made by the same guy. And the name's very similar. Or at least it looks similar when I read it. Even though it's Matahachi. Hanamichi and I'm going to say Hanamichi. I tried to change it in my head when I was reading. I couldn't. So Matahachi, favorite character, by the way. He does a lot of fucked up shit. And it's not... The author doesn't try to justify it, but it tries to give you like a level of perspective to him. Which I think is very brave of him, of the author. And also just great writing. I love this guy. Takezo, but he goes by another name. I can't remember. I love the first half of it. Not even like the first half. The first like 2/3, and then it got to like the, I don't know if it's a time skip, but you know, it got to his new like personality and stuff. The monk guy, Tapun or whatever, Takun, favorite character. The girl, I loved her too. She was great. I just loved, and I know the volume is pretty low right now, at least in terms of what else I'm going to talk about, but I know that it is going to propel into the stratosphere on how amazing it is. It's already setting seeds into, like, character development and character arcs. Like, it's already, like, putting the seeds in there. The granny, I fucking hate her. She can fucking die in a pit. I don't know why she's trying to kill him. He literally went there and said, your son is alive. He's with another woman. And then, instead of believing him, she only believed half of it for some reason. I get it's, like, you know, the mother's heart or whatever. I don't give a shit. I didn't like her. I don't really have, like, an issue with it. With this, I guess. I guess it was a little bit boring in the middle, but it's a first volume. Like, what can you do? But, I don't really have an issue. I guess it's just the stuff I read was just a little bit better. And I know it's going to get a lot better. You know, I know it is. But until the next volumes get in stock, which they never will, I'm just, you know, going to have to wait until that day comes. Like, I know it's going to get a lot better. Like, I literally know. Alright, next we have a 2-volume series. I'm going to have to get a lot faster because we have a lot left. Volumes 49 and 50 of One Piece. We are at Sabaody Archipelago. I think that's how you say it. Sabaody Archipelago. Can't wait. Very excited. These volumes are very high. I didn't think they'd be this high. Nothing happened. Awesome. Awesome moment. Then nothing happened. Awesome. Overrated. But awesome. People say it's Zoro's best moment. That might be true, actually. There's not really great moments with Zoro. My favorite Zoro moment is the fight against Mihawk and him declaring that he's never going to lose again. that's my favorite moment. Then nothing happened, and then the fight against Mr. One. But I haven't really like read one. I haven't even gotten to the time skip. And yes, I know there's a time skip. I've looked at the manga volumes that I already have. Okay, I bought all the box sets. I already know there's a time skip. Yeah, and I know it's going to be in this arc, or at least all the Straw Hats are going to get separated. Like, you know what's funny? I knew going into Water 7, like, I knew Robin was going to have a sad backstory. Everyone told me. I knew the I want to live moment existed, but it still hit me so hard. So, I don't really care about spoilers at this point. I know Ace dies. I know. But I don't have an attachment to Ace yet. I know they're going to give me an attachment to Ace. I'm going to be so sucked in that I'm not even going to care. Or that I will care so much about Ace that it's going to hit me harder when he dies. But I know it's going to be a lot. I already know what's going to happen. I know, like, Straw Hats get separated and all this other stuff. But I don't... I know... it's going to hit, though. But it hasn't hit yet. You know what I mean? Yeah, 2 great volumes, though. The fight with Nightmare Luffy, amazing, very cool. I love how the Straw Hats are working together. It really gave me a sense of dread. And then Gecko Moria just, he was so powerful, but then he kind of fucked it up. It was kind of weird. But yeah, that was the first 2 volumes. Not the first 2 volumes. That'd be volume 45 and 50. Next, we have JoJo's Volume 1, Phantom Blood. I don't know why this is so high up. I'm going to be honest. I really like this. It's so... Not even for the reasons I should. It's not... if I took this at a basic, fundamental perspective, this shit's ass. It's not good. It's a 4 out of 10, maybe a 3. But I just love the style, the weird style, the... you know how a guy gets revenge on another guy? He kisses his girl unpromptly, you know? That is such 1700s fucking medieval shit. Well, 1700s wasn't in the medieval times, but you get what I mean. That's such medieval fucking shit. That's such I don't even patty pretentious shit that it's just so good. And the art is so good. It's not even good, but the art style is just so, creative and just so, different. That's the word I'm looking for. Different. And I love how, the character writing. The character writing is very solid. Dio is not a good... Dio is just, evil for being evil. He's not, a great villain. But... Excuse me. Ooh. Dio is not, a great villain, in my opinion. At least of what I've read. I've only read 1 volume. But he's just so, compelling. It's just so cool to read about. I couldn't put this down when I read it. And, the fact that Dio, beats Jojo... not actually beating him up. Just, beats him in a boxing match. And then he gets embarrassed. And then his father just... It's such wacky shit like that that really drew me to this series while I was reading. And the fact that there are now vampires in here is very cool. Quick question, how the fuck do they get the stands? I'm so confused on where this is going to go. Because JoJo, right here, is probably going to turn into a vampire as well. That's what I'm guessing. Dio is already a vampire, I'm pretty sure. But, they're already, right? And then, how does that translate to Stanso? Are there still vampires in the JoJo series? I know there's 8 parts to this, so it's probably going to be a while until I get an answer. And, a 9th part is being created right now, I think. But I kind of want to know now. I turned into a JoJo's fan, man. What are you doing to me? So sad. I'm actually so mad I'm turning into a JoJo's fan. Alright, next, we got a pretty simple one. Gantz Omnibus Volume 6. Same old Gantz. Just amazing. The art is amazing. It just fills me with a sense of dread. I love how they introduced, a baby that is so creative. His backstory was so cool. Not cool, but it was, very sad. And I love how they introduced a baby. Like, how do you, like, it's a baby. It's not even a baby. It's like a 3-4-year-old child, you know? Like, how, and I love his relationship with, I forgot his name, but I'm just going to call him the Black Rider. It's so wholesome. They're probably going to be my 2 favorite characters, actually, by the end of the series. All right. Next, we've got, fuck, all right. 6 volumes of one series. We're actually getting pretty close. We're almost done. We have Asadora, volumes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, easy enough. Fuck it. Do your own shit. Again, let me get the volume. Asadora, he's very slow. Holy hell, this shit was so slow. In the beginning, it was pretty fast-paced, in my opinion. Not fast-paced, but it was, like, normally paced, right? But then, we get to, like, the time skip when you turn 17, and it just goes on and on and on. I'm so not bored, but it's like, you're making me lose disinterest every single day. You know, making me lose interest like every single like fucking chapter I read. Like I flew through like the first 4 volumes, but I had to like read a couple chapters, wait a minute, read another couple chapters, wait a minute. Like for volumes 5 and 6. Like it took me 1 day to complete volumes 1 through 4, and it took me like 3 days for volumes 5 and 6. You know, like it got very, very slow. It made me lose a lot of disinterest. And now that I'm thinking about it, nothing really happened in Asadora. That really, like some stuff happened, but over 6 volumes, I think a lot of more stuff should have happened. But, I mean, I'm clowning on this series, even though it's, like, higher than Vagabond of all manga. Well, the first volume of Vagabond. I still love this shit. This shit was so good. The first sequence when they're flying up the plane and just dropping down, different things, and then it's paralleled when she's asking the scientist guy to drop down shit. That was so cool. That was so sick. And like when the kaiju shows up and you know they're flying around it, it kind of filled me with like dread. Like how are we gonna beat this thing? You know, like how the hell do we beat this thing? Yeah, volume 7's coming out soon. I'm gonna read it immediately as soon as I get it. Like, it is just such a good manga. The characters are written so well. My favorite character is the old lady, this girl, right here. This lady right here. She's my favorite character. I love her relationship with Asa. I almost want to call her Asadora, but that's not, that's just the title of the volume, or Asadora. But yeah, I love her relationship with her, how she's kind of like a mother figure, and the old guy, the old guy is a pilot. I love their relationship. All the characters are just so good. Like, I love how they're like nice people without having a reason to be nice people, if that makes sense. Usually people are, you know, manga authors will write a nice character and then they'll have like a backstory or why they're nice. But these people are just nice because they're just nice, like naturally nice. And that's so refreshing. I love it. Alright, I really gotta like go through because the next volumes are next manga are just real, fucking amazing pieces of literature. I'm joking. Alright, next, speaking of good pieces of literature, Dandadan, volumes 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is a series about a guy who loses his balls. Okay. Let's slow down a bit. Dandadan is very good. Art is amazing. It's so easy to see what is happening in the manga. Like, there's so many fight scenes and stuff, it's so easy to see what shit is actually happening. You know what I mean? Something I also love, and I hope they continue this, I love how in the manga, the heroes aren't really heroes. They're kind of just protagonists. That might sound weird, but I love in the manga how the characters are just kind of thrust into situations, and you just have to see how they deal with it. Like, I thought, like, I was reading a chapter, I thought we were just gonna, have a little slice of life bits, because in between every, like, new monster, or, like, demon, or like, alien, or ghost, or whatever, in between those, there is a, there's a new there's like some slice of life stuff, right? So we just got done with our last monster. Also, this was the first manga to jump scare me, by the way. It's when the fucking corrupt ballerina dancer. Also, her backstory made me cry tears, man. I didn't think the series would do it. Let me get back to my point, though. Like, there's like some slice of life bits happening, and I'm like, oh, we're gonna get some, slice of life bits, and then we're gonna get some stuff, where, we'll have Ken and the other girl, I forgot her name, like have some fun, like banter and stuff, and there's, romance. This is great romance, by the way. I'm just, my opinion. I love the romance. Only reason is, it's not the main focus. I love romance when either it's the main focus and there's something else happening, so it's not just the entire manga, or it's, or like it's not even the main focus. It's like a background thing. Because I think the problem with romances is it's kind of hard to make a romance seem like the characters are actually falling in love if you don't have slice of life elements. And to me, slice of life is the fucking boringest thing in the world. Okay, this shit's boring as fuck. So the romance in here is very good because every time, they're not developing the romance, they're fucking putting new ghosts in, fucking putting aliens in here and shit, and fucking killing all the people and shit. Okay? Very cool stuff. Oh, I'm getting lightheaded. But yeah, they're just sitting in a classroom doing stuff, and then everything turns dark. And nobody's there anymore. And the fucking Loch Ness Monster appears. Let me just say that again. The Loch Ness Monster. I beg your pardon? I beg your pardon? I think you're going to... And then, there's like a business shrimp who is also a boxer, I think? I don't remember. It's a business shrimp. And don't get me started on Turbo Granny. Holy hell. This manga is just fucking whack, okay? Just read it. It's so good, but it's so whack, alright? Just read it. Just do me the favor of reading it, please. Okay. Next, we have our final 3 manga series, and one of them is 1 volume. That's how good I thought the volume was. Next, we have Full Metal Alchemist. Volumes 2. I've already read volume 1, so don't worry. Volumes 2, 3, 4. Oh, let me... Jesus, these volumes are heavy. 5. And volumes 6. I'm not done yet. And volume 7. Ow. Ow. Boom. Alright. I don't think I need to explain why Full Metal Alchemist is good. I really don't think I need to. A lot of people have already. I will say this, though. Full Metal Alchemist had, I took it for granted. Okay? When I read Full Metal Alchemist, first 2 volumes, boring as fuck. I'm gonna be honest. Kind of, though. They're kind of boring. Second volume in particular, very boring. I did not like it very much. First volume was really, really good. It introduced the power system and all of that. Introduced some good characters. Character designs were very cool. Actually, one thing I don't like about the series, character designs. I don't think the character designs are all that good. They're cool, but I don't really care. They don't look like good character. They give me a character, and then the only distinguishing thing that they have is a mole under their eye. How am I supposed to get attached to that? I mean, I got attached to it when she died, or when I thought she died. Can they just kill her off, bro? Couldn't they just killed her off? If you haven't read the series, you have no clue what I'm talking about. But there's a character that I thought was gonna die, and I was like, damn, that is great writing. And then she lives. Oh my god. I thought when Mustang killed her, it was him, projecting onto her, all of his rage and guilt and just sadness. Because obviously he's not a guy who likes to show his sadness very much. As, at the funeral when he was, talking about how it's raining and he's just crying. He's not a guy who likes to show his sadness very much to other people. So, or just like experience sadness at all. So I thought it was him just taking rage onto her, even though he knew that like she was not guilty. He probably knew that. He just needed to put rage onto someone, and I thought it was a great moment because it shows that he's not a perfect character, you know, like. But then they had to bring her. I was so annoyed. That is so annoying. That could have been a great writing moment right there, but it was like just taken so badly. And I doubt she's gonna be used for anything else. That's just like, she probably was just like brought back alive to like please the fans because everyone liked her, and I liked her too. She was a good character. That's why I thought it was really emotional when she died, and it was greatly written too. But yeah, other than that, I would say it took me for granted. Like the Alphonse and Edward like friendship definitely took me for granted. Like when the part where Alphonse is like, I think his name's Alphonse. He's like thinking about like, wait, what if I'm, you know, like not actually like a real human, and I was just like programmed or whatever, which is a very childlike thought to think because he is a child, which makes sense. And then when he's like, I never wanted to be in this, I was like, oh no, what's happening? And then they start fighting, and then I'm like, no, please stop fighting, go back to the boring shit, okay? I don't want you guys to fight. And then it just ramped up over and over and over again. I was like, god dang. So good. Alright, next, second to last series, we've got, to my surprise, I actually read this. I didn't think I was ever going to read this. Holy fucking shit, this shit was amazing. I was so surprised. It was so good. That is A Silent Voice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Completed the series, by the way. I think I read like the 7 volumes in like 3 days. I'm going to be honest. So good. Just, I don't even know if I have to explain it. Like I already said, just good. Like, oh my god. The first volume had me in tears. The first volume, if it's one thing I can't take, there's like a couple things I can't take. One of them is like cute children being bullied. I can't take that. I can't. I can't read that. And when when this guy was bullying the deaf girl, I wanted to fucking go through the manga and punch him. And then when it turned out that she was wiping off his desk every day, and then like, it's such good writing. These are exactly how I think what kids would act. And then when he started getting bullied, I was like, oh my god, I was here. That was me. That was me. Like, how do you write something like that? How? It was so good, and it just got better and better and better. One thing I will say, I did not like. Something I would say that I did not like. The side characters. Oh my god. I like some of the side characters, but I like the side characters because they're one note, if that makes sense. Like the director guy, I like how he's just like a fat nerd who just has no friends and just wants, and only has one friend, which is the main character, forgot his name. I think it's Shozo? No, that's the girl. The girl is Shozo. He's something else. And I like that character, but you don't need to give him a backstory and why he's like this. And I get it. I get why he's like this. You don't need to tell me, okay? And then especially the other two girls, oh my god, I hated them. When, like, you know the other guy? Like, okay. Another thing I don't like about just romances, they introduce too many side characters and they try to flesh them out. I don't care about the side characters. I like when there's side characters, but just leave them to the side. Don't make them main characters, you know? When they introduced the sister, I was like, fine, whatever. Great character. I liked how that was so, like, sad when she was like, I took all these pictures of dead animals because I wanted to make sure my sister didn't kill herself so she knew what she would look like. Like, that was so dark, but it was just such, like, good writing. I was like, damn, that makes a lot of sense. I was fucked up, but it makes a lot of sense. And then, like, the parts, yeah, I was talking about the main, the side characters. Just leave them to the side. When they introduced the sister, I was like, okay, fine. When they introduced the girl with the black hair, I was like, fine. I hate her. She's a bitch. But I'm like, fine. And then they introduced the guy with the red. I think he has red hair. I don't. Yeah, like red hair, like orange red hair. And his entire thing is that he used to be bullied for having thick eyebrows. I don't care how he got bullied. I like his character. I really like his character. I like his motivations, but you don't need to tell me why he acts like it, okay? Give me backstories to the main two characters, or the mom, or, whatever, right? Which they did, and I loved. But you don't need to give me a backstory on why this guy got bullied. All I need to know is that he got bullied. And that's why he does the things that he does. That's what makes backstories amazing, is it shows why characters act the way they do. But if I already know how characters act and why they act, you don't need to show me a backstory. Or give them a character arc. The black-haired girl and the fucking girl with the glasses, hated both of them. Both were just bitches. I just hated both of them, okay? And they gave them both, redemption arcs. I don't need a redemption arc, okay? I saw how you acted when you were bullying the deaf girl. You don't need to pretend that you didn't. I saw it. I saw it with my own two eyes. It's on script. I just hated that. It's like a big gripe what I had with Goodnight Poon Poon. It's up here. Goodnight Poon Poon's a great series, but when that got into the Pegasus shit, I fucking tapped out. I was sleeping. There were some parts where just walls of text of the Pegasus shit, and I was thinking about skipping it. That's something I usually wouldn't do in a manga. I actually don't think I've ever done in a manga, but I was actually thinking about skipping it because of how much I didn't care. Oh my god. Alright. The final volume. It's one volume. This volume is not sad. It's not very written well. The art is good, but it's not great. But it just is good. It's just good. It's just amazing. Every time I read it, it's amazing. Okay? There was no dull moments. In every single manga that I've read, there's at least one dull moment that I can think of. Off the top of my head. Maybe not off the top of my head. I read a lot of manga this month. But I can just at least think of that was, a dull moment. I got a little bit bored. This did not happen with this volume of manga. That volume of manga is Psalm 100, Bucket List of the Dead. Brother, they pulled this shit in Psalm 100, and I liked it. Again, amazing romance in this, okay? Because it's not about the romance. It's about the bucket list, okay? It's about doing different shit on the bucket list, okay? It's not actually about the romance aspect, okay? Also, I'm watching the anime Psalm 100. I love watching anime of manga that I've already read. I watched Blue Lock, the anime. I'm going to watch Psalm 100 when all the episodes come out because they're being a really bad job at it for some reason. I'm going to finish, I'm going to watch all of Psalm 100 when it comes out because I'm pretty sure it's going to, I'm doing the math in my head. I know what it's going to cover. Okay, I know what it's going to cover. Yeah, Psalm 100 is great. I've been watching the anime and stuff. I got spoiled. I was looking at manga covers because I like to look at manga covers of different series. Just look how they look. They get married. Oh my god. They get married. I'm so happy for them. I'm feeling human emotions off of fictional characters. I have not felt this way since Your Lie in April. Your Lie in April. I felt like I lost my own family member when I read that shit. If any of the characters die in this shit, I'm going to cry manly tears. Maybe not manly, but I will cry a lot. Okay? I don't have anything else to say. That's all the manga I read. Psalm 100, favorite thing I read this month. 9 out of 10, just Mwah. Magnifique. Oh my god. Let me just tell you, Manga Hall gonna go crazy this month. It's gonna go crazy. My shit should come in a couple days or so. I just got an email that I got shipped. It should come in a couple days. That'll probably be the next video. Yeah. That's all I have to say. See ya. I guess I don't really, Hey. Yeah. See ya. I don't have anything else to talk about. Wait, should it hit 45 minutes? Let's go. I don't make any money off of this. Alright, see ya. Bye.